Hi guys, today we're going to paint the fish. So to start, we have our canvas all laid out and ready. We are going to need a jar of water to rinse our brushes. You need your brushes and a paper towel to dry your brushes. So with this fish, I'm going to start with the background, and I'm going to use this aqua color. And while I brush it on, I'm also going to be using some white. So I'm just gonna smush that white right around with the pretty blue color until I fill in everything around my fish. Just gonna spread my paint out nice and thin. And get just right around everything. So I'm gonna try to do nice long strokes just to spread my paint out and to keep my brush strokes, like so if I put my brush down and up again, it leaves marks. So the longer the stroke you can take, the smoother your paint finish will be. And I am painting on a bit larger canvas. This way, hoping that you can see better what I'm doing. And I don't have very many of the small ones, and I don't want to use them up because I want you guys to be able to have them. So again, I'm just mixing on my canvas a little bit of my turquoise, aqua blue color, and white. So just take your time, nice and smooth edges around your fish. Okay, I've got that filled in pretty good. I'm gonna clean out my brush. Let me just do a little bit. There we go. That's a little better. Get my brush all cleaned out. I'm gonna go in and start painting my fishy. So I'm gonna use my yellow, and I'm gonna do this part of his face, the fins, side fins, back fins. And I'm just gonna use some yellow, and I'll also be adding a little bit of white into that. So I don't need to mix it on my plate. I'm gonna just mix it on my canvas. I'm gonna use maybe my smaller brush. So I'll just start with my yellow. I'm gonna do his face. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of white on my dirty yellow brush and just smear that right in with it. Smooth it out so it's nice and smooth. No clumps of paint. There. And I'll continue and do the same thing to the fins. And it's okay if your edges aren't perfect. They overlap onto the blue. That's perfectly fine. A little bit of white in there. And the back fins. I'm actually going to rotate my canvas so that I can reach better. I don't have my arm across the canvas quite so bad. You can see better. So I just turn my canvas upside down so that I can reach over here. I'm just smoothing out my clumpy paint. There. And move it back the way it goes. Now I'm gonna keep using the same color yellow, and I'm just gonna kind of brush it in on my background, and it's gonna make it look green. So, because it overlaps a little, and it takes on that blue color behind it. So I'm gonna actually take a little bit of my blue color on top and just kind of help mix it in a little bit more. So little bits of yellow, and maybe just a little bit of the blue. And I'm just gonna kind of go all the way around, adding some yellow on top, but it looks green. There. So next, I'm just going to clean that out. Get my brush nice and clean and dried off on my towel. And I'm going to put some stripes on my back fins. And I'm going to use my turquoise color and my yellow. So I'm just going to make a little pile here, and I'm actually going to make some green. So quite a bit of yellow with a little bit of my turquoise, makes a nice green. And then I want to add a lot of white. So I have this nice light limey green color. And I'm just gonna put some stripes on his back fins. Maybe a little bit more yellow. I want it really bright. There we go. And I'm just gonna stripe across his fins. And you do not have to paint your fish the same color as mine. You can do whatever you want. Fish come in all kinds of fun colors, so feel free to mix it up. This is just how I painted it. I'm just gonna show you my way. My way isn't necessarily right. There is no right way. There, he's got some stripes on his back fins. I'm gonna clean out my brush again, and this time I'm gonna paint his body and the lips. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a bigger brush because this area is pretty big. And I'm just gonna use red paint and get that whole shape filled in. Now while my paint is still nice and wet, I'm gonna add yellow to it. And that's gonna turn it orange-ish. So I'm just gonna scrape the extra paint off my brush and grab just some yellow. Since my brush is dirty, it's gonna already kind of turn orange anyway. And I'm just gonna brush that right on top. And it makes it a little bit orangish. And for the lips, I'm just gonna do plain red, my smaller brush, and I'm gonna get those filled in also. Got a little too much paint. I'm just gonna scrape it off on the side of my plate and then just keep spreading it out. There, now I have his lips. So while I'm using this red color, I'm gonna go and just do quick outline around my fins, around his head, and the back fins also. And it's not a perfect outline. I'm just doing it quick. Maybe a little bit more there. All right, now I'm gonna clean my brush out again. And I'm going to do some white. So nice clean brush for the white. And you're gonna wanna make sure your areas are dry that we go in and paint on top of, because we don't want the white to have the bright colors blended in with it. So my background is nice and white, or sorry, dry. So I'm gonna be putting like bubbles in. So I'm just some big circles, just white paint, big white circle, big white circle. Some bubbles. Maybe a bubble down here. And a bubble down here. I'm also gonna put polka dots and an eye on this part of his head, just with some white. So I want a great big eyeball. So here's a big fish eye. My yellow is a little wet still, but I'll go back in and put another coat on when it's dry better. And he's also gonna have some polka dots. And these little circles will be a little bit smaller. So this is just a polka dot, polka dot, polka dot. And I'll have them come right off the edge. Maybe one there. That's really wet paint right there, so I'm gonna be careful not to grab it. So I don't want a pink polka dot. I'm gonna hit it with the blow dryer. Jeez, sorry. Apparently my cord hit my stand. Get you back up here. Slight technical difficulties. Oh, let me set you down again real quick. Goodness gracious. Let's try. Let's get you back. Can you see? I'm so sorry. Here, that's good. Love tree. I'll be a little more careful. Yikes. Okay, let me see if I can get my blow dryer and not create such a ordeal. Okay, I'm gonna redo my spots in his eye just so they show up better now that my yellow is dry. That's much better. So I'm also, with the white, well, I might as well do these bubbles again, just real quick. But I'm also gonna go in and do outlines with white. So just quick around the lips. I'm gonna go kind of on the background, go around his body, fins. So they're not perfect. I just do it kind of quick, just to put some fun lines around things. Go a little bit more on the lips. Okay, I have that done. I'm gonna go and he needs some fins. We don't want them to just be plain. So I'm gonna make a dark red color. And to make the dark red, so we're gonna use the same red on our plate, and to make it a little bit darker, I'm just gonna take a little scoop of blue, that's a lot, a little bit of my blue, and stir it in with just a little bit, well, that's quite a bit of my red. And you see it kind of gets a little bit darker. And I'm gonna go put fins on. So for fins, they're just loops. So I'll do this row. And I'm gonna, on my next row, stagger. So that means where it comes in here, I'm gonna put a loop out like that. And I'm gonna go about the middle, so from the middle of that top one to the middle of the next one. And I'm gonna just keep doing that. To the middle, to the middle, to the edge. And then this way. And then I'm just gonna fill them in just real loose. You want some of that orangey color to still show. So this you can be pretty sloppy on. And I'm gonna continue my pattern down through the rest of my fish. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get them all drawn on. And then go back in and fill them. And again, you could be using different colors. You don't have to do this dark red. You could have painted your fish green or something else. It doesn't make a bit of difference. Fish are fun colors. So now I'm gonna clean out my brush. And I'm going to mix up a little bit of orange on my plate. So it's gonna be very yellowy orange. I want just a little bit of red in with my yellow. A little bit more red. Maybe just a little bit of white. I'm gonna go and put some highlights on my fins. And it's just gonna be little swoops. And your paint doesn't need to be dry to do this. Now I'm cleaning out my brush. And I'm gonna work on the eye again. So we're not just gonna leave this big white circle. We're gonna put a red eyelid on top. So just red paint. I'm just gonna do like a half curved circle. And just fill in the top of the eye. And I'm probably gonna come back and do another coat of red on that because it looks kind of pink right now to me. So I'll just give it a few minutes to dry. I would like to blow dry mine, but I'm a little scared that I'm gonna knock the whole, the whole setup down again. I'm gonna be very careful. Much better than the last time. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more red, give that another coat so it's nice and bright. And I'm gonna get my lips a little bit more too, because that's a little thin. There. I'm gonna go in with some black. And do some highlighting and some, not highlighting, but just some kind of outlining. So with my black, I'm gonna use a smaller brush. And on this line where this yellow meets the red, I'm just gonna do little black dots to kind of separate those two areas. So we have that. I'm gonna go on the eye. So I'm gonna go around the eyelid. And on the edge here, I'm gonna do little lashes. So now we got a fancy fish. She's gonna be pretty. And inside of the white circle, I'm gonna do kind of a black half circle that goes right up to the red. But I'm leaving some white. Oops. I'm gonna switch to my little bit bigger brush. It's not my giant one, but my little bit bigger brush. I'm gonna go around and do some outlining also. So around my lips, I'm gonna do my fin, the body, and it's just quick strokes. And I'm gonna piece out, just give some of my fins just a little bit more definition by putting little black swoops around them. I'm also going to outline my bubbles. And get my brush cleaned out, and then all I have left is some white. And then we'll be all done. So with my cleaned out brush, I'm gonna use my smaller one. I got the wrong brush. So I'm gonna use my smallest brush, and I'm gonna come in. Oops, still full of paint. I want to clean it a little better. Little white. I need to clean up where I kind of made a boo-boo here. I'm just gonna oh my goodness, I'm struggling. I got too much water in my paint and it's dripping. So make sure when you clean out your brush, you get it nice and dry. A little bit of white paint. Cover up my little boo-boo. Put my hand in the black. So I've made a boo-boo there. I'm gonna try to wipe it up a little bit. I'm just taking a towel that's got a little water on it. I'm just gonna try to scrape that off just to clean it up a little. That's better. So going in again with some more white. I'm gonna put maybe a little white swoop on the lips. A little bright spot on the eyelid. In the eye. And a little highlight on my scales on his body. Just a little bit. Big old glob. I'm gonna take a little bit of my white up on my fins, on this one, and on this one. Maybe a little in the swoop too. There, I think that looks pretty good. So now, since I'm all finished, I'm gonna go ahead and sign my name. I like to sign down in the lower right-hand corner. You don't have to, you can pick another spot. I'm gonna use a little bit of my bright green that I made, and I'm just gonna fit it in right here. There, well, I hope you enjoyed painting with me. When you are finished, if you would please take photos. You can tag Willy-Nilly, or I've created a post right on the Facebook page where you can share your pictures. That seems to be working better for everybody. For some reason, people are having a hard time tagging. So if you can't get me to tag, go ahead and just upload to that, and they're all in one place. And I really, really enjoy seeing all of your work, because everyone's is different and they're all awesome. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.